Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Rogue Continuum, and thank you for watching. Rogue Continuum is a top-down roguelike shooter, guys, kind of like Tango Fiesta, or Relic Hunter Zero, or more commonly known, Nuclear Throne, just as some examples. But the basic gist is that you're time travelers, trying to save the Earth and basically annihilate every alien in sight. It's kind of simplistic as plot goes. But you know, you get the idea there. The key focus here, I think, for this game is definitely the co-op and the online play of Rogue Continuum, guys, as it can be a pretty brutal game to play by yourself, but we'll get more on that in a bit. Rogue Continuum released on Steam Early Access September 2015, which of course means that the game is still in active development and everything you see is subject to change, and not a final representation of the game. So relax, expect wonkiness, enjoy the show. Who the hell knows what could happen in an early access game, guys. Rogue Continuum was developed by Rocktastic Games and published by Surprise Attack Games, the publisher behind Screen Cheat, Fort Meow, ODDT, I think what it's called. I don't remember that game. It has long initials, but a lot of great games Surprise Attack Games has put out, guys. You can go ahead and buy into the Rogue Continuum Early Access for the first week sale price of $7.99 or $9.99 normally, guys. Now up there on the top left it says skip to the action. If you want, you can click on that, it'll take you directly to the gameplay, but otherwise we're going to start off with the options and all that good kind of stuff. Speaking of options, very minimalistic as far as options go right now. I don't know if this is going to be due to early access, if this is going to get a little bit more advanced. I will say that on startup, it does have resolution control and it does feature 1080p resolution. So you basically have the option to play windowed mode, and it gives you all those resolution options there. I will also say there is a little bit of rebindable keys in that menu as well. You have to go through every key and rebind it all painstakingly, but it does have that aspect to it. It's just, it can be a little bit more user-friendly perhaps in the game itself, but again, it's early access. That might change in the future. The game does feature also partial controller support. My Logitech controller was detected, but some buttons were definitely mismatched, so just keep that in mind when playing the game. Also, there is no Steam cards or Steam achievements yet in the game, but that also may change between now and final release. As you can see, the Play Online button is completely grayed out, much to my dismay, which means that I'll be playing this game by myself. As a matter of fact, that is one thing that I have to say. I have been playing this game by myself now for about an hour and a half now. And there's certain issues that have arisen because of that aspect. And I'm going to get on that in a little bit more when we actually hit the start button here. But first I want to show you the armory. Now, because this is a roguelike game, the kind of idea of it all is that you die, you get experience, you get new weapons, or whatever have you. You can come back stronger, bigger, better, and kick some butt. So your character can have levels, like for instance, I've been using this guy a lot. Every level you get one stat point. So as you can see, I've dropped everything to strength. This guy put everything into toughness. And these characters I didn't use very much because, well, I suck with them. There's also abilities that basically unlock as you play more and more, and they unlock at different levels, like for instance, Laser Outburst, level 6. Protector, coming soon, but it unlocks at level 18. And Quick Charge, unlocked at level 12, and it's coming soon as well. And you can drop points into these abilities as you see fit, and there may be more abilities eventually, and as more and more stuff gets developed. You can also see that each character has their own unique set of abilities, which is kind of really, really sweet. Gives them their own playstyle. I really like that aspect to it. And it's definitely, again, something that's going to be highlighted and pretty awesome in the multiplayer aspect, that local co-op or the online play. You also have upgrade kits. Yes, you can actually upgrade the weapons in the game. Usually each character has about 2 weapons per character. There's three actually locked away right now. I'm not really sure what those are. There's also a next page button here that doesn't really do anything when you click on it. So I imagine this is actually something they're planning on expanding on quite a bit. And to get those, you have to find upgrade kits, and they're very rare. Matter of fact, I haven't found any, to be honest with you. So there's that aspect to it. And again, it has all that roguelike aspect, kind of progressive gameplay, which is really, really nice. And finally, we have the item log. This is just a basic bare bones explanation of what items do out in the field. You will find upgrades for your character, for instance, speed boosts, need I say more, military boots, trigger gloves, power gloves, Explosive rounds. Rage inducer. This actually kind of screwed me over. I would not suggest getting that. Nano Kevlar. Cyber bullets. I'm sorry. Cryo bullets. Cryo bullets. That's what I'm looking for. Cryo. Attack orb, help up. You get the basic idea. There's upgrades that you can kind of find laying around, sometimes in chests and things like that. You grab them, you pick them up, and they kind of give you bonuses and buffs. Almost kind of like, what was that game called? It's escaping me right now, but it reminded me of one particular game whom I cannot remember for the life of me for some reason. So that's kind of everything that, as far as it goes in the armory goes, is really cool. You basically can go back there every time you die, get new stuff. I don't know what the galaxy map is. It's currently grayed out, and I have not gotten access to it. So I'm going to hit start here. And again, this is where you basically can load up with all your friends and be like, yeah, let's go kick some ass. But of course, I don't have any friends because I'm alone. So it's just going to be me. Now, this is where things kind of get a little tricky. There's 4 characters. Only one of them really can survive, in my opinion, for very long, which is the Destructobot. And the reason for that is that unlike the Destructobot, unlike everybody else, Destructobot has shields. Nobody else has shields. So every shot takes away from your health. And you die very, very quickly. We'll go ahead and try the Smackdown Sam here. And you can get kind of an idea of what I mean by that. And you'll get to see what the difference is between the 2 different kind of play styles. When I use Destructobot and when I use this particular character. I'm not going to read the story to you. Because, you know, again, it's probably spoiler filled and you want to explore that stuff for yourself. Alright, so let's talk about the UI here while we're still safe. As you can see over my character's health, the red bar is my health, and below that is my clip. So the more bullets I have to fire, I have to reload. And yes, the aliens are trying to bomb me. To reload my clip, I have to press R, very simplistic. On the top left, we have the amount of money I have, and on the bottom left, we have my abilities. On the right, we have the mini-map, and on the top right, my mission objective, which I've done this mission several times. Now, there is obviously a roguelike feature to this game, where, you know, the environments are kind of constantly changing up. The way the the way the map is laid out is constantly changing. Now, one thing that is kind of the same, though, is usually the boss at the end of a particular scene. Man, I'm getting shot like crazy. You can see there's just immediately overwhelming amounts of aliens, and that's not necessarily a problem. I kind of like that aspect, to be honest with you. It's this character, sometimes it's not always easy to dodge bullets when there's this much chaos going on. There we go. Whoa. Oh, they're behind me. Ah, who do you think you are, you stinky aliens? Dear God. Alright, so far we're not doing so bad, but you gotta see that I've already taken some damage there. I'm at 689 at his 840. So we're going to hopefully be able to find some health here. And that, again, of course, is all the rogue aspect to it. You might find a lot of cool upgrades. You might not find anything useful at all. You're like, oh, great, I found lots of cash. That's not going to do me any good. This is his secondary weapon, which is almost like a shotgun ability. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you know, I'll use it just for the purposes of this video. Okay, so I just got rammed into by an exploding alien. He's killing me brutally. Oh god. Okay, so we're at 369 now. We're not looking good. And I've been playing this game, you know, fairly for, you know, quite a while now, so I kind of get a basic idea of how to kill most targets. I got their basic patterns down, and most aliens, you know, I should say the most bad guys in this game do have a basic pattern to it. They're kind of a basic, you know, idea of what to do with them when you see them. Take that! Okay, he's dead. That was stupid of me. That was totally actually on me right there. And I walked right in. Well, I'm dead. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how it's a very difficult game. And the other 2 classes, which are the sniper and the guy with the chainsaw, you can imagine trying to be a melee character in this is already a nightmare as it is, because everything's shooting at you and you have no shield. It's just doing pure health point damage. You die fast. With the sniper, each shot you have to fire, you have to charge up. And you die fast because it takes a long, it takes about a second to charge up each shot. I'm not saying that these characters have, issues. They're really good characters. They really have their own cool play styles. But they definitely, in my opinion, feel like they're highlighted in that multiplayer aspect. They can kind of shine when they're with other people, whereas certain classes, do a little bit better on their own. Those two other classes, which I'll show you off in a bit here, are not so great on their own. Every time you die, you get some experience points. As you can see right there, we got 262. He didn't level, but oh well. I'll click on menu. And then we're going to click on start again. By the way, if I'd gotten a level up or a weapons blueprint, anything like that, I could go back to the armory and use that stuff. Okay. So this is the other two classes I was talking about here. She basically is like a sniper. Every shot she has to fire, it charges up. It does a lot of damage, and she's a really good glass cannon. But again, by herself, she's very vulnerable and very difficult to use. I mean, kudos to you if you can probably do it. I suck. I will gladly admit that. I suck at this game. But she's just a very difficult character to use. This character in general, really, I don't see the strategy in him because everything's shooting at you, and all he has is a chainsaw. So he can be very, very difficult to use. I probably think this is probably the hardest character to use right here. Rampage Rufus. I do love his name. I do love the art style, by the way. I gotta mention that stuff. I want to say that I do love the overall theme, the graphics, the music, the weapons. I love everything about this game. It's just some of the balance issues. You can definitely see them as it is. As you can see, this is a game meant to be played in co-op or with friends. And because I don't have that play online feature, I'm kind of screwed. So we go to my favorite character, which is Destructobot. Now this is going to be a totally different kind of... I want you to tell the difference between how Destructobot plays and how the other character played. Because it's really like night and day. Alright, again, we're going to skip all that. That's why it's kind of the same dialogue. But, the environments change. It does have that roguelike aspect to it. Alright, so Destructobot has very different kinds of stats, as you can see here. For one thing, he has a giant health bar, 1,100. He also has these two little things that he can press, basically. Every time I press R, I can just walk right into that. It changes something called charging, so he can actually recharge shields, recharge his bullets, and that makes him a really effective, badass. So you'll see right here, I'm going to walk up to these aliens, I'm going to take some shots. I took about 4 shots there right to the face. Didn't affect my health, my shields are recharging immediately. And they really haven't done any damage to me whatsoever yet. And it's just a totally different experience when using Destructobot. This guy is a total badass. Now, in this case, I'll switch to his secondary weapon, which is a missile launcher, which I freaking love. I think Destructobot is obviously my favorite character because he's a lot better at being played by yourself, essentially. You can make progress with this character by yourself. And the other characters, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I will say it's difficult because the fact of the matter is, those characters don't have a shield. Aliens! So again, my shields have been completely drained. I can just run away for a little while. Oh dear God. I'll switch back to shield recharge. Just take a quick couple seconds to run away. There we go, got a quarter power back. I'm good. And there we go. Even in all that chaos, which would have probably killed me had I been any other character, in that particular situation, because I was playing Destructobot, not a problem at all. It's just a completely... I don't know if Destructobot's overpowered, or if he's just really good at being played by himself. There can be many things that affect his particular playstyle. I gotta recharge my bullets here. But I just find him extremely easy to play, really good at just killing and staying alive. I mean, I rarely use a... let's cash right there, by the way. I rarely use a power upgrade, a health pack with him. These poor alien bastages. These little blue boxes right here usually contain an item of importance, usually a med kit or an upgrade of some sort. Of course, that's all randomized. You never know exactly what you're going to get. So as you progress through these particular random areas, you start gathering more cash, more upgrades. What are you doing? Well, ultimately you're heading towards a boss, an objective of some sort. And right now the bosses are kind of always the same. That is one aspect that is not randomized. You'll always be kind of killing the exact same bosses. Here you're reading kind of the exact same text. At least for now. Which we're actually right about now to approach one. Okay, so and I would love to switch back to my old weapon. We'll do a little bit of exploration. You could also hit the tab button. I forgot to mention that. I'll show that to you right now. Whoa! Okay, we're getting bombarded here. That was my ability, by the way. That's when I pressed the 1 button. You press tab and it'll show you the map there. Oh, I'm getting attacked. Man, that was bad. That was stupid of me. Let's blow up the car. Sometimes there's items in cars. There's just a med kit in that particular case. My gun. I think it was somewhere around here. Let's see here. The reason I want to go back and get my other gun is just it's way more efficient. If I can't find it, which it doesn't look like I'm going to, I'll go ahead and just say, screw it. Let's just go ahead and fight the boss. Alright, so follow the big glowing arrows. There he is. Greetings, human. I am Executor Groke of blah blah. You will not die for Earth's crimes. Prepare to be exterminated like the galactic scum that you are. You know, writing. Right there. So again, this is a boss fight right now. I've fought this boss several times. Really not much to worry about. As long as I can just kind of keep myself... my shield's completely full here. Matter of fact, I've had this boss several times stun locked with my machine guns, and he just couldn't do anything to me, actually. Like I said, I don't know if Destructobot's just overpowered, or I don't really know what it is, but just he definitely is a character you can play more easily by yourself than the other characters. I did actually manage to defeat this boss with the machine gun guy, whose name currently escapes me. But that was a lot of running around in circles, where with Destructobot I could practically stand in this guy's face and not really have much of a problem. Yeah, I love how he doesn't get affected by his own bombs. That's kind of crap. He's almost dead. Couple more shots. There we go. He's dead. Every time you kill a boss, you get a little bit of experience, and then you move on to the next area. It's always kind of progressively pushing you forward at all times there. So we've finally reached the research lab. And it's loading. Or crashing. Oh, okay, it's loading. We reached the research labs here, and we kind of basically have to find the boss of this particular area. And that's kind of it for now. You kind of rinse, repeat until you die, and then you again have to kind of start all over again because it has that roguelike feature to it, and you have to progress as far as you can again with the upgrades or the experience points that you've managed to gather, or the weapon kits you've managed to gather. Anything basically that you can take with you when you die. All the items you've gathered with you, like the boots that you saw me get back there, all that disappears. You have to gather that again. Stupid robots. Cash. I don't think you get to keep the cash either. I think the cash is something you actually have to gather up again as well. Let's keep kicking butt here. I really do enjoy this game quite a bit. I think it's really... I do love the fact that every character does feel really unique and does really feel like they have their own playstyle. And you definitely feel that when you play each one of the characters. It's just right now, like I said, I just feel like there's a little bit of, just a little bit of balancing issues that just need to be, oh, that's the boss right there. Let's go back off a little bit. Why am I backing off? Because there is a shop around here that I want to show you that we can get access to. And we can buy some items with our said cash. There he is. Yes, I will get near the vorpal anomaly when I stop being shot at by robots. There we go. This guy is a mystical time traveler who happens to be a shopkeeper. He's going to talk some crap here. You can use some help. I'll cut you some weaponry, blah, 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 blah. He sells you items. So in this particular instance, I only have $145. So it doesn't look like I can afford this right here. Burning bullets. So now every time I shoot something... Oh, hell yes. This is definitely what I want. Every time I shoot something now, it has the possibility to burn a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and fight the second boss here. That's probably how we're going to wrap up this video. Again, this boss really isn't that big of a deal to me. Destructobot can just sit here and wail on this guy for quite a while. He's stun locked right now because of my bullets. You can only drop rocks from the roof, and I'll just laugh at him. Ah, or laugh at him in my robotic voice. Ah, ha, 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 ah. Destructobot thinks your mom is a goat. Yes, flexy flex, flex. Again, I have no fear of those falling rocks, as long as I avoid him. Probably one more volley. He's gonna flex. And he's gonna die. And that's it! He's dead! And now we basically have to head back outside and escape. I will say that at this particular point, the game's difficulty kind of spikes in this particular scene because there's so many new enemies and they're all rushing at you, trying to kill you as fast as they can. And this particular scene can get pretty brutal. But again, because I'm Destructobot, not much of a problem. The other characters, I couldn't even imagine doing this scene. Particularly that robot dude shoots these just devastating missiles that just mess your world up. I got cryo bullets, super sweet. I need to focus power on my shields. There we go, excellent. Ow! Alright, now we gotta head towards the arrow. We're fine. I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, we're good. I might actually have to take some... I actually finally took some actual damage. It took me how long to take actual damage? That's what I'm saying, man. Destructobot. He's a pimp. Destructobot gets all the ladies. Just like Honey Badger, Destructobot don't care. There's something in this here. Cool. Power glove. Very nice. They're dead. I do like the fact also that you can use kind of like destructible environments to your advantage. I think that's pretty cool. I am completely surrounded. Oh boy, you actually might see me die here. I'm running away. Run away. Let's just run towards the plane. Run towards the plane. Oh my god. Oh, ow. Nope. 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 Yep. I died. I probably should have done that a little bit more smarter. But you know, that's what happens, guys. You die. And I take that experience again. I was literally 5 feet from the dang transport. That's a hack off. Like I said, it's a really cool game. I think it has a lot of fun action to it. I really like the art style, the music. The controls are just fine, really simplistic, make it really easy just to jump in and get into the action. It just needs to work out those balance issues, and I think it's going to excel as a game and be really awesome. I would be okay with them like just giving everybody shields and then maybe just jacking up Destructobot's health and making shields a little bit weaker for everybody, because right now the other characters definitely need some sort of a boost to kind of bring them up to a level where they can be played by themselves. But otherwise, it's a great game, and I can't wait to see this game fully developed and see what it comes up with more weapons and more items and all sorts of crazy, insane stuff to make this a really fun action roguelike that you can play with your friends, guys. So I want to say big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. If you really enjoyed this video, maybe consider hitting up my Patreon page or my tip jar. If you're feeling generous of heart, all donations go to improving the channel or future giveaways. Till next time, guys, play more indie games.